Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Tim Thurber. And this is State of Atlanta.
What's going on?
No Ryan tonight. We found out, well, I guess we kind of knew it, but we're alcoholics. And so we don't remember things that he is in a different hemisphere right now.
Petting kangaroos, right?
Yeah, we got some pictures of some kangaroos just now. I guess it's early lunchtime down under. So if anybody that knows where Ryan lives and wants to rob his house, this would be the time to do it because he's going to be gone for
at
least for another day or two. I'm not sure exactly when he's actually. Yeah.
No, he's not here for a bit, right? Like this is 2 weeks. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. So you got 2 weeks to rob his house if you want to.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. If you do it,
we know who you are.
Bring me something cool. So I have something because he's going to blame me for this. Brian's not even going to listen to this episode. It would actually require like him getting robbed and him talking to somebody to tailgate in like 3-4 months and be like, "Oh, you got robbed? Was that when you were in Australia?" "Oh yeah, David and Tim were talking about that." And I threw you in there just so we both get in trouble. But
50-50, man. You
go rob.
You gotta split it.
Go rob Ryan's house. I don't care. So
go
if you need the address, just let me know. So all right, we got a little bit of good news. We got a little bit of bad news. I think we start off with the good. Right?
Yes, please. I need some good news.
Well, I'm not sure how much this is good news or how much this is kind of like just in the middle news. Beach volleyball won the conference championship again.
Cha-ching.
Like
automatic.
Ever since the Sun Belt has started sponsoring beach volleyball, which is only like 3 years ago, Georgia State's won it every single time. And I think I was doing some research today prior to like we were in like Conference USA for like a season or two as affiliate members for beach volleyball, and we won that as well. That's just like what Coach Van Fleet does, is just win conference championships and takes us to the national tournament.
I mean, I still say we should throw a bunch of money at beach volleyball, get some of the best players to come here for at least one season and win the whole thing and say we have a national championship.
I agree. All the percentage points, all of the points. I put all the fraction of points. I say, and I take it a step further. I say, let's focus on beach volleyball because obviously we're good at it, or Coach Van Fleet is good at it. Also, give her a lifetime contract. If anybody's ever needed a lifetime contract, if you have sustained success at Georgia State, that's way better than winning 10 games of football at Michigan. You know?
I agree. Can't argue.
So lock Van Fleet down to a lifetime contract. Just give her the keys to the campus. You have whatever you want to have. And then focus all the efforts into beach volleyball. Make that a national powerhouse because we're on the cusp of it. We're literally like on the absolute cusp of it. And then I don't know. Then pick another sport and like let's invest into that. Golf. Let's pick golf and become the best because we're god awful at golf.
I know we used to be good.
I don't know. I guess we stepped up to a power conference like Sun Belt and we're not good at it anymore. I saw the rankings. I think that men's was 10th and I don't know what women's was. Yeah, but let's start picking at the smaller smaller sports and start winning all of those and start getting kind of, known for winning all these other sports. And then we can get back into the basketball and we can attempt football for the first time ever.
I agree. I'm all for it. Hey, I've said repeatedly beach volleyball. Just throw the money in and get the trophy.
Yeah. Honestly, just let's take Center Park Stadium and just fill it full of sand, and let's just have like a massive beach volleyball park, stadium, whatever you want to call it, courts right there in the middle of that, and football can go play back at the soccer place or something like that.
Yeah, it fits, right? There's a football field that you could fit onto that space, so let them play there.
And the number of fans that actually show up to a football game would look really good at that soccer stadium on both sets of bleachers.
It'd be packed, standing room only.
And, people complain about the speed of a football game. Like, there's only like, out of a 60-minute game, there's only like 12 minutes, 13 minutes of actual gameplay. You could really just get on MARTA and go back and forth between the Georgia State station and the King Memorial station, is go back and forth and catch most of the game. Catch most of the game that way,
I do always love looking over the side when I'm riding that east-west line to see our practice facility. It looks nice. I like it.
I do like it.
It's not a practice facility, I guess now. It's a
soccer stadium. I do the same thing. Whenever I go by there, I always like I don't sit on MARTA. Do you sit on MARTA? I'm a stander. I stand on MARTA. I don't like sitting on trains at all.
They dirty?
No, I just where it came from originally when I first started riding on trains MARTA or whatever, you're as a guy, you're told that if a pregnant woman or if an elderly person comes on the train, that you got to stand up and be accommodating, which I'm fine with. I got no problem with that, but I don't want to do it. So I just stand the entire time. And therefore, I'm never someone that has to get up and do anything. Just I'm already accommodating for them.
You solved the problem before it could happen.
Exactly. I'm a problem solver, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
No, but I always stand like kind of like right at
the middle
end of the
or the end.
Well, no. There's two sides to a MARTA train. There's a side that has seats right there, and then there's a side that's kind of like where
bikes
that train.
Yeah.
If that train is the conductor train, then they've got like the little hallway and the whatever. We stand in that hallway. The reason why I say that is whenever I go past the Georgia State soccer stadium, I always walk my little way out there and I go and look just to see what's going on. Is there anybody out there practicing? Is there any stuff going on? Why are there no logos on the field? Do they actually just like pay to remove the logos for some reason? Because there's not always the last time I went there on last week, there was no Panther head in the middle of the soccer field. I'm like, all right, I get that it has to be redone, but do they like take it up just to not have it? I don't.
Isn't it turf?
It's artificial, isn't it?
I guess they got to paint it. They got to get the guys out there from Center Park to come up to the soccer complex and do work. I don't know. I didn't know that. That's weird. Okay.
No, it's got no markings at all. It doesn't even look like a soccer field. It's just a grass field right now. I think maybe the outside box is done, but there's like none of the center lines or the. I may be lying now. I was gonna say the goaltender's box.
We're talking about the soccer complex. It's an interesting comment because I really, really, really don't want us to tear up those trees if we do that crazy softball, beach volleyball practice facility covered thing. Could we not put beach volleyball with soccer somehow up there in that other space?
That little space where like that little. Because it's kind of an L shape.
Yeah, put it in the L.
Yeah. You can, I do know. Back to MARTA again. I've gone back. I've seen players out in that little extra space doing some drills and stuff like that. But it is used space. It's not a bad use of that space though. And it's a lot better than tearing up that on the brick section. But honestly. The beach volleyball going into the Center Park area bothers me a lot less. I mean, it's stupid because we have a great setup already right now, but the softball is what is so wedged in there. Like honestly, if you didn't have softball and you put the beach volleyball in that softball space, that's kind of a cooler spot.
I could get behind that. I think I'm not a tree hugger or anything, but I do like the trees that are there. And if you take them away, now it's just all concrete everywhere. Like the trees make the park look actually nice or nicer.
Like a park. Do you think that Georgia State has to go through the same trouble that a regular Atlanta in-town resident has to go through to remove a tree? Because I know I've got 4 or 5 trees in my front yard. My front yard is 30 by 30. It's a tiny front yard. And I have like 4 or 5 trees in there. And I know if I want to get one of them removed, I've got to get the mayor to sign off on it. It's the most trouble ever to get a tree removed from a hometown, like a residence.
You know what you got to do? You got to kill it first and then try to get removed.
Right.
They frown upon that.
Yeah, they'll charge you a lot of money for that.
What's this one tree dead in your entire yard? I don't know. It just died.
I was just pruning it until there was nothing left. I wasn't actually cutting it down. I was just pruning.
I'm really against tearing the trees out. I don't know what it is. I just want to leave them there.
It's a good front. It's a good front to the stadium. I agree. Along Georgia Avenue. I mean, if they wanted to like I don't know, make Georgia Avenue a straight thoroughfare versus the little curve that it's got or something, kind of box it in a little bit more. Okay, maybe. But the way that curve goes through there, the trees look good. I like it. I'm not opposed to it.
I say we find the money, we buy the lot across the street, and we make that our beach volleyball complex.
Which lot across the street? Where?
The one that's directly across from Center Park. That was supposed to be a hotel. That's nothing.
The old handicap spots and everything.
Yeah.
That's where they let the students tailgate like on the bricks during the season until it comes to homecoming, and then they move them all back out onto the handicap spots. Yeah.
I also think that would be a great like tailgating spot. Just when it comes
to it. We tailgated there for like, I don't know, one season.
I remember that. Yeah. Right up against the road almost, right?
Yeah, right there. I was fine with that. I think for the first 3 or 4 years, we were in a different spot because of all the development. We moved different spots to tailgate. There was no consistency until we got on the bricks. And even then, they moved us off, 2 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if they don't want to put the softball complex next to the baseball because it takes away more parking spaces. And they want to keep as much parking as possible because they realize that once they develop everything, there is no parking. So the only parking will be the box deck
Well,
and
yeah, I'm
maybe some
curious.
slivers, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. The original renderings we saw had softball and baseball right next to each other, and that kind of like seemed like a fleeting
Seemed
thought.
perfect.
I liked it a lot better than putting softball where they're looking at it right now. I don't know. I would love to have that question answered. I'd love to know why the decision was made to not put softball next to it. Did it do something weird to baseball? Like, what was the plan there?
I know they have a website. You can click a button and ask athletics. I'm sure they'll tell us.
They'll get right back to you.
Yeah.
I guarantee. I don't know, but I guarantee if you do that, you'll probably get a JavaScript error, and it will not be able to submit the question.
And then you'll have season tickets for next fall for free.
Yeah. Right. All right.
The beach volleyball thing this year was a little bit sweeter because I don't know if you noticed, but our buddies, our pals up the road, the Beach Chickens, were talking some smack because they were in first place. And I was just thinking, like, whatever, you're going to lose in the championship to us. So just watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were in first place. It was all things considered, it was a bad season for us, like regular season.
We lost.
But we lost one conference game.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that game was not to? Coastal Carolina.
The Beach Chickens.
Exactly. And we handled them to the regular season, and then we handled them twice. We beat them because they do double elimination in the beach volleyball tournaments. We beat them, which advanced us to the championship game. So they go to the losers bracket. They win the losers bracket to make it to the championship game, and we beat them again.
I know. So the first matchup was just a warm up, right? And then they're like,
Exactly.
okay, now we got to play you again. Now we're going to kick the shit out of you.
That's why
Wasn't
I'm
it
saying
5-0 or something. It was crazy. We just
they only did 3. It was like 3 games. Yeah, I think there was 2. They played 5 matches, sets. I'm not sure how the terminology is used. They played 5, and 2 of them were split, and they started a third match for the tiebreaker. But then we ended up winning. We went 2-0 on the other 3 sets or matches and won the whole thing. So, yeah. So it's not the best season. They drew a 15 seed. They're playing Texas on Friday. I think on the Deuce. I think it's on the Deuce at the Deuce. Who on 2?
2:00, because everything in Sunbelt Central Time for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But it's 2:00 Eastern, yeah. On the first, wow, this is a quick turn. I'm assuming, I didn't look it up, but I'm looking it up now. 15 seeds probably the worst.
No, there's 16.
Okay.
Chattanooga is 16 seed. So I actually did a little bit of looking into and got a little pissy a few years ago when I said that we were top 25 teams. How many teams are there? And I was like, 35 or whatever. He didn't care. And then like a couple of years go by, and we were there. I said there was over 100 teams. And that's a little bit more respectful. Well, I did a little more digging today, and there are 103, 104 teams with like 3 or more joining in the next couple of years. But that's Division 1, 2, and 3 combined. There are only 69 teams.
Still.
Yeah, 69 teams in Division 1. And it's wild because, not all conferences sponsor the sport. Sunbelt sponsors the sport, but only 3 or 4 of the teams are primary Sunbelt members. You've got like Charleston and Mercer and whoever else in there. But what I found really interesting, I wish I would have written it down. There's a conference out west, the Mountain Pacific Sports Conference or something like that.
That's a mouthful.
Federation. It's
Federation.
It's Federation. And they have all of the Big Ten and ACC schools. It's really weird.
That is wildly strange. I mean, you would think if you're if you think about like men's soccer where we have some of the SEC teams, right? You'd think one of the big schools would be like, yeah, we'll join the SBC women's beach volleyball. It'll be like the big dog in our 17 conference.
Well, like Tulane and UAB are obviously American conference teams, but they play beach volleyball in Conference USA. It would make way more sense for them to play in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, totally.
But I would love to. I mean, obviously, I hate everything about New Orleans, but I would much rather have Tulane and I have an American team in the Sun Belt, and then also UAB. I would love to have. I want to play UAB in every sport we have until it's no longer a contest. Yeah, but it was weird. So I looked that conference up, and apparently it's a really, really big conference, and it handles like all of the West Coast like weird sports, like artistic swimming and like swimming and diving. But there was a couple of sports there. They only had two teams the entire conference. I forget what they were, but it was like really weird. But they have like 100 something. Was it 100 something teams across like 60 schools? It's like Mountain Pacific Sports
West,
Federation.
Pac-12.
Yeah. It was
West.
weird.
Yeah. That is wild. Weird. I guess it makes sense. Why not?
And the reason why I bring that up is out of the 15 teams the 16 teams playing in the beach volleyball tournament, 6 of them are from this Mountain Pacific thing. 6.
It's a lot since there's only 16 teams?
16 teams, yeah.
Almost half.
Sunbelt only has 1. Yeah. A couple of conferences have 2. But yeah, I thought that was crazy.
So we're going to go. See, this is even more reason to spend the money and uplift beach volleyball. Like, we could win the conference easily. We could get in the NCAA tournament every year. We're already doing it. Spend a little more cash. Get the girls a little bit more extra. Maybe recruit some talent that goes elsewhere because there's money. I'm sure there's NIL for beach volleyball. There's NIL for everything. So.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. With you completely. I think that if you were able to give some more resources, give some money, you could buy some players that would go elsewhere. But just cannot be stated enough what Coach Van Fleet has done at Georgia State. And I didn't know this. She's not the first beach volleyball coach.
We had another one that won these things?
There was another woman who was head coach, and like in the first year she was head coach, she got promoted to like director of volleyball. So she oversees indoor and beach. And Coach Van Fleet was an assistant at the time on the beach volleyball team, and she got promoted. And it's kind of funny because our first year of having beach volleyball was like we went like 8-9 or something, and then the very next season we went like 20-6. It was like Coach Van Fleet's like first season as head coach. It just immediately turned the whole thing around. Great, first seasons you never know. You're figuring stuff out, but it's such a night and day difference of what happened when she took over the program. So
nice. So we're 4-time Sun Belt champions plus Conference USA champions. So we've won 5 in a row.
Something like
That's dominant, right?
We're 16 in Sun Belt tournament play.
Wow. I think we've gotten bounced in the first round, except for that Conference USA season.
Was team we made it to the Elite 8, and I think there was a Sweet 16. Or not Sweet 16. That's everything.
We're the Sweet 16 already.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it works. There was an Elite 8 and maybe a Final 4 appearance or something like that that happened. But yeah, other than that, it's been one and dones. As great as they are, they've definitely struggled against like the top tier teams. When they play a team that's like significantly higher ranked than they are, the record is abysmal. But hell, we're a beach volleyball school. I'm okay with that. Let's run with it. So
yeah. Hey, Jabari, where does Kennesaw State's beach volleyball team rank? Is there one? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that Kennesaw State's beach volleyball team they play in Panama City during spring break. Right?
Whoa. And they're not playing beach volleyball, that's for sure.
So all right. Congrats to the ladies there. We'll see how they go this Friday against Texas, and then all right. Other good news. Really like legit good news.
Double good news week.
We have our highest NFL draft pick in Georgia State history. Ted Hurst, number 3, to the Atlanta Falcons rival Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's a bummer.
No.
It's a bummer they went into a divisional rival, but
it could be worse. It could be
not
New
the
Orleans.
Saints. It's not the Saints.
Right, exactly.
I think that the thing that bummed me out the most about it was that the Falcons took a wide receiver like just a few picks ahead of that. That was the Georgia dude, right?
I think so, yeah.
The Branch guy.
Yeah.
So they took a 5'10" wide receiver out of Georgia instead of a 6'3" beast of a human being out of Georgia State.
And Nick Saban. Did you see the Nick Saban thing?
Yeah.
He was just like, this is a diamond in the rough.
I've seen Nick Saban said that. I think that I've seen statements from other pundits saying that Ted Hurst may be have been the biggest steal. This guy saying that had Ted Hurst transferred to a power conference, he would have been a first-round draft pick. And then you have Ted himself having to answer media questions. Why did you not transfer out of Georgia State? I went over to a buddy of mine's house. I went to the Braves game on Friday, Star Wars night. Awesome time.
Nice.
And I meet at my buddy's house. He's a Georgia guy. Before going to the game, and we're talking about the NFL draft and like how I'm expecting to see Ted go that night. And he's like, no offense, man. It's always great when a Georgia fan is talking about sports and looks at a Georgia State guy and says, no offense. Like, if he's that good, why was he playing for Georgia State? And I was like, legit fair question. We threw whatever NIL we had. Oh yeah, so he's like making like $1 million. I was like, he's probably making like. I don't know what his number was. I don't know, 70, 80 grand, maybe.
Probably in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if he's making over 100 grand.
Did you let your friend know that because of that statement, you're going to have to drink heavily at the Braves game?
He knew that was going to happen. I mean, I was already several deep before I got to his house, so that wasn't an issue. But yeah, no, he had to answer questions about why he stayed at Georgia State. And I liked his answer. His mom's like, don't chase the money. Let the money chase you. That's great. It sucks that he's going to the Bucs. It's not the Saints. I am not buying a jersey, but he is draft eligible. In my fantasy football leagues, he is available for me to draft. I will not draft any Saints players.
Could be a nice off the bench. Maybe, he could be one of the, hey, look, we don't know. He could be a breakout star.
I hope so. I wish absolutely nothing best for him. I hope he loses 2 games a season and only 2 games a season, 2 regular games a season. 2 regular games a season.
He must lose 2 specific games. They can lose as many games as they want.
Right. Yeah. Right. He can have as many game-winning touchdowns as he needs as long as it's not in those 2 regular season games. But congrats to him. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. The money thing too. Just like. I like what his answer was. And honestly, I mean, yeah, if he's worth a damn as an NFL player, he's going to make all the money. Who cares about 1 year of college where you could have made, I don't know, 140K, 150K? I don't know what the number is versus 70, 80. Like, he'll make that up
Remember,
quickly.
he did enter the portal.
I know.
And then came back out. It came back. Yeah, we were all bummed out about that. But he came back out. So, McGee did something right there. He found a way to keep him here, and hopefully that works out well for us. Obviously, if he balls out, I know they have 3 or 4 year contracts for those guys. Gets a big check either with the Bucs or ends up going somewhere else and getting a big huge paycheck. And if he's stuck with us back then, maybe he'll come back and try to help the program out at a later date.
A couple bucks in.
I mean, it'd be great to have like a player like a Terrell Owens or a Chad Ochocinco or something like that would want to come back to the program and just tutor the guys and hang out and just be around campus. That draws in more players that want to come there, not just wide receivers. Everybody, all these 18-year-old kids want to come and see the great Ted Hurst.
Maybe throw a couple dollar bills in, while you're swinging by. Just
never
we could always use a couple dollars.
But fundraising by osmosis. Oh yeah, because Georgia State will never ask for the money.
No, they don't ask their own fans for money. Why do you think they would ask a NFL star who has money he could just like forget about and throw at you?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
What if Ted Hurst is the first Hall of Fame NFL player from Georgia State?
Well, first of all, that'd be amazing. Second of all, I would struggle because we wouldn't have him on the Falcons and I couldn't have his jersey. And I'm still not buying a Tampa Bay jersey. Sorry, not happening.
Right. No, but then we can when he does his induction in Canton, we will all go there wearing Georgia State Ted Hurst jerseys.
Can you even buy them?
Well,
I don't even know. You can buy a jersey. We can buy his jerseys and we can put his name on the back.
We may have to go to Temu or whatever the variation is come 15 years from now to buy the whole thing.
We'll get the triple XL and it's kid size medium.
Yeah, and it's got the RFID chips sending all the information to China about our location the entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I love the fact that he got drafted. I hate where he got drafted to. I'm happy it's not New Orleans. I was really just hoping beyond hope the Falcons would pick him up. Just
same friend whose house I was at on Friday. He messaged me before everything, and he was like, "If the Falcons take Hurst, because he was predicted in a few drafts to go to Atlanta, he's like, how quickly are you buying the jersey?"
immediately.
And I was like, there on draft night, and then I thought about, I was like, I should actually wait until he picks his number, because I don't know if his number would be available. So I was like, all right, I'll delay my purchasing the jersey until Hurst picks his number, and then I'm buying the all the dollars jersey of Ted Hurst.
The expensive jersey, you're saying?
Expensive jersey. Yeah, the one that's
they're all expensive.
Yeah, but the one that's no reason to pay that much money for it. That
it's like
one.
$350 or whatever.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Hey, I think I might join you in that. Like if he actually had gotten drafted, I would totally do it.
Yes.
And then I might get a Timu one too.
One to wear your formal jersey, and then the one that's like the game day jersey.
When you sweat in, get disgusting. Yeah, that one.
Right. Your tailgate jersey versus your wedding jersey.
Exactly.
So
more good news?
No more good news. But like
baseball,
back to
didn't they do something? Or what do you go back to? What do you want to go back to?
I was still talking about Hurst.
Nice.
I had a question of like, had Ted Hurst transferred and gone to SEC or Big Ten program or something like that, and gotten that first round pick, would that have been better for Georgia State, or would it be kind of like Ted who?
I have a very pointed opinion about this, because one of our fellow friendly schools up the road had someone that was selected in the draft, and they were all about, look, our player got selected. It's like, no, he didn't. He didn't play there last year. Like, once you leave the school and you go somewhere else, you're kind of dead to me. I don't know. Like, who went to Louisville? Who was that?
Thrash.
Did I pay attention to Thrash's numbers? Yes. Did I hate the fact that he went for the money and left us? Also, yes. Did I love the fact that he did really well against, I think, Georgia Tech? I think. And won a game.
Well, of course you did.
Absolutely, yes. Like, that's our guy. But if he made the NFL, like he was drafted, no, doesn't count. Does not count.
I think it all comes down to, what is it? Is it Monday night or Sunday night or both of them? They do the intros, and the players talk about what team, what college they came from, whatever. It depends on what school they
list
say.
Them all.
I know if Finley ever made it NFL, they would had to go into a timeout just to list the schools he was at.
It's gonna take a minute, 1 second.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on who their allegiance is to. Like if Jamari Thrash said Georgia State over Louisville, then awesome, that'd be great.
I mean, if he left, he's not dead to me. But like, if he makes the NFL, or he did make the NFL, I'd still feel a way. I mean, I guess if he did say Georgia State instead of where he graduated from or left
from, yeah.
Right. Like, well, that would be weird for that school. What if he left and went to Alabama, and when they intro him for Tampa Bay, they're like, Georgia State? Wouldn't you, if you're an Alabama fan, you'd be like, wait, what? We paid you.
So there are players that had like bad experiences in college, and they'll list their high school. They'll say like, Etowah High School instead of,
I just thought it was a joke.
Alabama. No, I mean, maybe it is sometimes. Maybe it's just guys just having a lot of fun with the whole thing. But no, there have been players that had like bad experiences in college and have listed their high school or whatever else they were in. So I don't know.
All right. What else?
They're good for him. I'll be
super happy for him.
I'll be rooting for him all the way. Again, like I said, unless he plays those 2 games, which is a difference. Because like when Lutz went to the Saints, I was kind of like, you can make field goals, but I really want you to lose in horrendous fashion every single game. I'll be rooting for Ted to win games as long as it doesn't, not at the expense of the Falcons.
Kind of feels the same way with like Koo, right? Like, it was nice to see him lose a lot of games all of a sudden and get cut and then picked up and then cut again.
Hey, he saved a guy's life.
He did. Well, he's trying to kill him too at the same time.
The guy.
That was funny.
Guy laughed so hard at Kook trying to kick the earth between the uprights instead of the ball that he goes to the hospital with a seizure, and they find a huge tumor.
Who would have thunk it?
This is why we need Ryan here, because Ryan would, even though Ben texted us this story yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever it was, Ryan would have never looked at it. He'd have no idea. He's like, what happened? No way. That's not real. That didn't happen, did it?
But man, that kick was funny. My God. Like,
I mean,
watching honestly, that was just so bad.
if that was any other kicker in the world, I would have felt so bad for them. Like, oh my God, your career is going to forever be.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. But it's a trash down south person. Good. I honestly, the only thing that makes it bad is that you're recognized, that people know who you are, and they'll always say, well, he got off to a pretty good start, and then blah blah blah.
I mean, look, he did get off to a fantastic start. He was money. Fans were always, chanting "coup," but then he just got injured, fell off, and he never recovered. And he probably just got in his own head. I know kickers get on their own head; they can't make anything anymore, and that's I think what happened to him.
I can't remember if I talked to you guys about this before, but I play this bocce league on Monday nights at this. It's kind of like it's the Painted Pen. It's a upscale bowling alley, other games type shit, whatever. And it's expensive. They do a lot of private events and everything. And Younghoe Koo was up there for some Falcons event. Like the Falcons rented out the whole thing. I think it was actually maybe Julio rented out the whole thing for something. And one of my bartender friend, I mean, she's my friend because I've been going there for 15 years. She said that Younghoe Koo was the biggest asshole that she had as a guest up there. Like out of every person that was there that night, out of every event she's ever bartended, Younghoe Koo was the biggest asshole that she's ever served at that bar.
Why?
And she used to work at Hooters, so she knows what's
you
like
meet a lot of assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Drunk assholes too.
Yeah. And she wasn't saying that to appease me. She's a Falcons fan, and this is when he was on the Falcons. She hates him now. He was just the biggest dick, rude, arrogant. Did
you tell her that describes all the TDS fans?
I just kind of sat back, arms raised, like come on,
amazing.
I don't wear this Georgia State hat every night just to have you prove me wrong. So FTDS. All right.
Semi-good news, right? Semi-good.
What's the semi?
Didn't we win the series?
Yeah, we beat Old Dominion. Old Dominion with like a walk-off grando, or there was a grando in there somewhere.
Yes, at the very end. I think it was a walk-off grand slam to win the game, win the series.
Yeah. They're taking a note out of the Braves playbook.
Yeah.
Just don't lose series. You can lose 1/3 of your games as long as you don't lose the series. No, that's good. They have canceled games today and tomorrow because of the rain.
Probably a little wet.
It is in the floodplains.
The field is probably a swamp, and we don't want to play on.
Right? You know what? We're out of this place.
We're in it
so soon. We're out of this place so soon. And then it's away games in the season, all away games, something like that. So
yeah,
we'll see how they do.
I don't think not everyone makes the tournament. So
I think it's top 10. We were good.
Okay,
because Trash was I want to say we're 6 or 7, something like that.
That's right. Trash is really trashy this year, right? They're
horrible.
They're last place, aren't they?
They're god awful. I think we do end at them for a series.
Do we?
That sounds right. I think it's Lafayette and then them.
We're 9th, right? No,
we're 9th.
Sorry, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for 6th.
Ah, that's right.
So someone will make it. I don't know. I mean, funny thing is, we always end up at the end of the season around 500. We can start off super hot, and we will end up 2 to 5 games above 500 or 2 to 5 games below 500. That's our MO.
I feel like we're closer to 2 to 5 games below 500.
This year of this season, yeah, I think we will end up there. But it says we're right at 500 right now.
Nice.
22 and 22.
You can't be any more 500 than that. So, all right, there is another thing I want to talk about. It's a big one. We're already almost 40 minutes in, and it's got to be talked about.
We can curse about it. We can curse about it after this part, right?
Right. So
don't hurt my feelings.
We found out a day or two after we recorded last week, Charlie Cobb was signed to a 2-year extension in March of this year, a couple months ago. He's back through 2028. I think it's August 2028 is what it said. So, honestly, it makes sense. I'm not even that upset about it. I mean, I'm upset about it, but I'm not that upset about it because it did not based off everything that was going on, it didn't make sense that he was leaving. There was no announcement. There was no transition. There was no looking for anybody else. We thought that Blake having these quotes in the hiring of the basketball coaches meant something, but it just, we were completely like, this is so Georgia State. This is welcome to GSU. This is how we're so incompetent. We don't even know how to let somebody retire or move on from a job. At least this way, it's like, well, actually we already had a plan in place. I do kind of think that Cobb maybe had told Blake that he was looking for something else and then just couldn't find it. Couldn't find it.
John Mark is pretty tough right now. So
yeah. So
I don't know. I think I posted to our group chat someone's post about how great he is in certain aspects, and I will give him that. He's running athletic department. He is fiscally, financially sound. He's making sure we're in the black. I think the fan base wants to see more development, more fundraising, more everything, and we're just not. We're not seeing it.
More something. I want more something.
It's like you're poking a stick or something.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I can totally see it. I can totally see him staying. Like, we were told his contract's ending and we were given rumors that he's probably going to retire or move on to a different role. Great. He isn't. Maybe hopefully this reinvigorates him and we will see some development of some kind. I mean, obviously the release of all this stuff, all the practice facilities, softball, baseball,
right,
beach volleyball, ruining the trees, ruining the Grove, Georgia State's Grove, it's development. So if it happens, well, hey, I can't fault him for that. But I feel like as fans, we want a lot more for Georgia State. We also want to be out of this conference. We probably prefer to be in the American. We want to see fundraising happen. We want to see a groundswell of support from the students. We want to see athletics lead all that. We want to see Blake and Charlie work on engagement from the students, faculty, the community. That's a shit ton of work. Sorry, I almost said the F word. That's a shit ton of work. No joke. It's not. I know we're on this podcast and we're just like, oh, just go hand out flags at bars. I'm like, well, okay, that's part of it, but it's a lot of work if you want to do all that. And I don't think we've seen that effort in the last couple of years. I feel like as fans, we've seen less and less effort from athletics overall, year to year to year, and we just don't want to see that anymore.
If anything, there's been a more and more focus on those people that donate or that contribute. They're just kind of getting bleeded more and more. Just give us more for this. Give us this. Give us this. Give us this. And there's not been an outreach to actually build support. They're not trying to grow, cultivate fan support. There's nothing that's out there. Hell, I went, I was back in college for one semester in a very freshman, sophomore focused class, so that U.S. history class. And these kids have no interest, no compassion, nothing for the program, the athletics. The professor would talk about it. He didn't give a shit. He was he went to Morehouse or something else. He was from South Carolina, went to an HBCU here, and he was interested in football. He liked football, so he'd always, every Monday, he would bring up what happened in the football game, and they're like, there was no interest, there was no pride at Georgia State, there was nothing.
Apathy, right?
Apathy, lack of interest. There was this one girl in there that always talked about visiting a friend. I mean, hell, I want to say it was at Savannah State or something. She was driving down to Savannah to go visit friends because they had more of a scene going on down there. Yeah. And so what are we doing to build that? What are we doing to fix that? What are we doing to really drum up that kind of interest? You can't just go to a bunch of people that are in their 70s and 80s who's
keep pumping them for money,
who've busted their ass,
right,
making a fortune, and keep on asking them for more and more money for this and that when you're not building. It's a Ponzi scheme. We don't have the new people to pay for the old people stuff.
I mean, at some point you're going to have to, right? Either you get them to sign over their state and you just milk that, or you start cultivating what you have. I mean, I think I've had this conversation with a few of athletics folks where I'm just like, I don't understand why you don't ask a lot of people that are pack members for a little bit of money where just do a fundraiser. I don't know, pack 10. I don't know. I don't want to say pack 10 because that's a conference. Pack something like something small and easy that you could get a lot of people just to do right then and there.
They used to have the 1% club. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
that one? Yeah, you 1% more year to
yeah,
year. Why not?
A year later, it was gone. Never even heard of it again.
I did it. I remember doing it.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is also like, requiring that call in for a donation again. We live in a subscription based society. Why can't I have GSU Pack Plus, GSU Plus, whatever it is, and I pay a monthly subscription rate, and that includes my donation, my NIL thing, my season ticket thing, whatever that dollar is. It's $50 a month. It's $100 a month. It's $150. Whatever that number is
for sports,
whatever it is. And then you have the 1% club where every year we jack up the price by 1%. And 1 year afterwards, not a lot of money. 10 years afterwards, a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying some of the season tickets. We'll see how it pans out. It makes it easier. They make less money. So I don't know how this benefits athletics. I mean, I guess the good news is they're lowering the bar of entry. Like they're making it super inexpensive to come to Georgia State football.
I do like that.
Great. I love it. And a casual, normal fan isn't going to care about how much donation they have to give to do X, Y, and Z. That is a little more complicated because even for like this last week with Georgia State Day, I was like, so wait, how much do I have to contribute today minus what I'm going to contribute via season tickets to meet the level of funds to get this benefit? Like that was a little too difficult to figure out. And then I'm like, wait, how does basketball fit into this? Because that's going to be the same way. That's going to be partial donation, partial seat, which at the end of the day, I'm like, well, I don't really care. It's all donation anyway to me. But I would kind of like to know what the values are ahead of time. Would have been nice.
They had not thought that far in advance. They tried to replicate a model originally that was working at programs that had fan bases that go back generations with the whole like contribution aspects. I remember before we even had football going, we were talking to Georgia friends. They're like, "Oh yeah, I've got to contribute $10,000 a year."
The Gill Society, yeah,
just to have the opportunity to do it, whatever. So yeah, so Georgia State gets football, and we get Center Park Stadium or Georgia State Stadium at the time, and they're like, "We're going to go the same business model. We're going to go. You've got to donate this much money to get this thing." And I think that the model they have now would have worked a lot better back then. Where it's like, all right, cool, we're going to charge you $200 for season tickets. 80 of it is a donation to this fund, and 120 of it is this thing. Versus, what they tried to figure out about making the donation the big huge chunk and the season ticket the add-on. People did not want the season ticket to be the add-on. That's what they wanted. They were purchasing the season ticket,
right? And
so why are you creating
the add-on? Yeah,
right, exactly. So they missed out there. And it's just
hey, we're hitting reset.
Well, we're hitting reset with the exact same cast of characters.
Well, you know what? What's the saying? Fool
Insanity
me once,
is
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's our fault.
I was going to say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I think we're both on the exact same page.
We're on the same wavelength here. I really just want them to do more. I think we both do. I think everyone does. Like, well, maybe not everyone, but most of us just want them to do more and
something, do
outreach,
something,
development, encouragement. I
can't tell you how many times I have gotten so disenfranchised about the way this athletics department is operating itself that I've wanted to shut down the podcast, stop tailgating, like just drop it all. It's such a time suck out of my life that I've just like, why am I putting the effort into doing this? But I really like getting drunk with you and Ryan.
It's fun.
On Tuesday nights.
Threesomes are great.
And
sometimes
Thursdays.
Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Mondays.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, I'll stick around for these guys. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I think.
But how many people don't have what we have, And we see them all the time, on the message boards or on Twitter or whatever. People are like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. I'll come back if things change. And we've got nothing changing. Nothing changing.
We know plenty of those fans that are on the periphery that won't come back.
there are people that we know that I probably haven't talked to in more than a year, probably more than 2 years, that were more instrumental in building a fan base when we started football than anybody else was, that are 100% checked out now. Completely out. Now, if somehow, some way, actually, I guarantee you, every single person that we're thinking about, and I'm pretty sure we're thinking about the same cast of characters, every single one of them, if Georgia State was hosting a Sun Belt Conference championship football game,
they would be there.
Every single one of them would be in the stands for that game.
Oh yeah.
Every single one of them. And they would have bought the most expensive seat that was available through there.
Probably.
They would have bought a suite. They would have had everybody there. They would be there in an absolute heartbeat. But they've seen nothing. They've got more important things to do with their time. So I feel like now we're talking more to athletics than we're talking to fans.
Yeah.
They all agree.
We've trended that way though in the last couple months. So. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, we know they listen.
We're just passionate. Literally, like all three of us, we're super passionate fans. We love being beat down because obviously we're still here. And we just want to see better for our university and for our fans and for our teams and for our student athletes. We want better. I don't know how we get there. I don't know. Like, does Blake need to give more resources to athletics so they can hire more people so we can do more things? Then fine, make that happen somehow.
But it doesn't even have to be necessarily more resources,
we need them. We need them.
Give more resources. But like if he told Cobb, hey, you're here for 2 more years, I want to see this amount of improvement. I need wins to increase by X%. I want to see conference championships happen. I want to see this. I want to see something. Make it happen for me.
Yeah.
But no, it's stay in the black, which is great. A lot of programs are in debt.
I was going to say, okay, Charlie, you're keeping us in the black. Now, I want you to build upon that. Let's go for wins and conference championships. Like you got the financial side down pat. We do. We're great. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's gravy. Wins would be awesome. Championships would be awesome. Hey, Blake said it in some speech, didn't he? He wants us to compete for championships.
Compete for championships. So
there we go. I mean, it's the future.
I don't know. Maybe this 5-year plan with this Frankenstein athletics facility is going to be Charlie's thing, but it's a 2-year extension, and they said this is a 5-year plan. I don't know.
The math ain't math.
Maybe
we can flirt with Corey again and pick up that land and move something there. Beach volleyball. I don't know.
The thing is with beach volleyball, back to this again.
If
we're going to move beach volleyball, we better make it the most premier beach volleyball like courts set up ever.
That wasn't the courts in that rendering. Those look kind of sad.
It was not. Yeah. Like
palm trees, all of that shit.
Move soccer back to Panthersville and give that entire facility to beach volleyball.
I like it.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else? We've gone for a long time.
I
said more than 2 words, which is not like me.
Which means I won't hear a lot of 4-letter words from you tomorrow. All right, let's take it out here. We'll do a last call. We can talk. There's a couple of changes to NCAA with the conference tournament and eligibility and shit like that.
Well, I don't know.
We can drop some foul language on.
Right.
You want to take us out of here?
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We're gonna head over to last call. I need a beer. You probably need a non-warm beer in a plastic bag. If you like what you heard or you didn't, join our Patreon anyway at patreon.com/Dave Atlanta. You'll get live stream access to Last Call, discounts on merch, group chat, news. Is it tailgates this fall? If we have a tailgating spot, I don't know. We'll find out. We don't know. $5 is all it takes to become a fan of the show. Say goodbye, guy.
Goodbye. I hit stop. There we go.